How do you add a procedural texture to an object in Blender? One way is to use BlenderKit. BlenderKit has all kinds of procedural-based textures and image-based textures you can use in your models in Blender. Once you install the BlenderKit add-on, navigate to the texture icon, which is right here. When you click on it, you'll see many textures, but we can filter. Select the filter, then under License, select Creative Commons 0. If you want to only see procedural textures, also click Procedural. Now we have a list of Creative Commons 0 procedural textures. I'm going to click on this marble generator, and then it is applied. But I don't see the texture. How can I see the texture after I've applied it from BlenderKit? Make sure you click Material Preview in the upper right-hand side. Now I can see the texture. It's all over our cube, and it looks great. But how can we change how this texture is applied, or the scale of the texture, or its location? Click on the Shading tab, and then we may not see anything in the node generator. The easy way to fix this is just go View, Frame All. This will quickly frame the nodes that are part of this texture. Generally, the easiest way to change where a texture is and how it displays is with the Mapping node. Not all textures have this, but it's easy to add to any texture that doesn't. Then I can change the rotation of, say, the Y direction, and you'll see how that texture updates when I do that. I can also change the scale depending on if this cube is the size of a little pebble or the size of a building. I can change the scale of the texture, which can be really helpful. I can change these independently, or I can add another node by going to Add, Input, Value. If I bring this value right here, I can plug it into Scale, and now I can scale this value. So if I start at 1, and then I just make this value bigger or smaller, the entire texture scales uniformly, which can be a lot of fun. And this is a lot easier than having to scale the X, Y, and Z values independently. There's no right or wrong way to do this, but this is really helpful when you need to scale a texture for a particular size object. Hopefully this allows you to quickly add a procedural texture in Blender via BlenderKit. Happy 3D modeling!